Hey, I want to be very, very serious with you right now. Very serious. Is your health important to you? Is it really, really important to you and the health of your family as well? Or is convenience better? Well, my friends, I want you to understand something from my heart to you. Sometimes change is uncomfortable. Sometimes it doesn't feel good at all. But oftentimes it's the best thing for us. Just because we've had traditions for so many years that we've held on to and things that we have done because it seemed to be the norm or everyone else was doing it does not necessarily mean that it was the right thing. Be your own person, be your own hero, be an individual, and stop following the norm when the norm is going the wrong direction. Now, here's where I'm getting at. There's something called bisphenol A. Once again, bisphenol A, short for BPA. And it is an enzyme that is used in plastics and various consumer products. And it is also very toxic in the human body. Bottled water is one of the main culprits that contain BPA. And understand this. I know bottled water is convenient. I know there was a big epidemic, people wanting to be healthy and, staying hydrated and things like this over the past decade or so. And so the bottled water industry skyrocketed. But they did not have us in their conscious as far as our health was concerned. Those people who are producers of this product, because they're making bottled water. Number one, most of the bottled water that you're consuming is regular city water. Most of it. It is a very small percentile that's actually spring water or distilled water, and that is actually good for you. But the majority of the bottled waters are just regular tap water, in other words. Aquafina and Evian are two examples. That's just regular tap water. You didn't know that, did you? Now, getting back to the bottle that is holding the water. Plastic has the capacity, once it is exposed to heat and sunlight, to begin to break down. Once it starts breaking down, this BPA begins to leach into the drinking water. And guess what? You can't see it with your naked eye. And then you begin to drink that water. Understand this also. Anytime you have bottles of water in your car on a hot summer day for long periods of time, and that water gets heated up and those bottles are really warm, do you know what just happened? That chemical has leached into your water, unbeknownst to you. Anytime trucks that are from bottling companies and beverage companies are shipping these in the summertime, and your bottles of water are on the backs of those trucks and in those trailers on a hot summer day, and they're not air conditioned, they're not in a frozen compartment, but they're exposed to heat again, or even direct sunlight. Those chemicals are being leached into your water as well. Even though when you go to the grocery store, it might be in a refrigerated department, but where did it come from before it got there? Are you following what I'm saying? Now, it's not just bottled water. It's virtually every type of container that holds water. Even the bottles that you purchase individually for 4, 5, 10 bucks at Starbucks or some dollar store or some other shopping center or mall. those water bottles that have the caps and the straws already made into them and so forth. Once those sit in the heat, the same thing is true. The chemicals that those plastics are made of begin to leak into your drinking water or fluid, as it were. And it's not just plastic bottles, ladies and gentlemen. It is juice boxes as well, containing the same chemical. Now, even though I mentioned BPA or bisphenol A, there are dozens and hundreds of other chemicals in those containers outside of the BPA. And we are ingesting them, and they're causing cancer in us and our loved ones. This is the truth. Now, this BPA has also been found to be included in or manufactured into clothing items as well, and also in canned goods. Did you not know that canned goods or cans that contain tomatoes, especially tomato pastes, tomato sauce, whole tomatoes, or pieces of tomatoes that are in cans, it contains this BPA as well, this membrane inside of the can. And do you know, because of the acidic nature of a tomato, it helps to break down the BPA in that can, and it leaches into the tomatoes because of its acidic nature again. Did you not know that, ladies and gentlemen? I hope that this video was of some service and benefit and value to you. And I hope that you do the right thing. I know we get frustrated sometimes when people keep telling us what's not healthy for us, or we've discovered something else that's not healthy for us, not good for us, or something that causes cancer. I know we get tired and sometimes overwhelmed. But you know what? Such is life. This is the human condition. We have to realize that there are third, fourth, and fifth parties of human beings that's creating and manufacturing these products for us, the consumer. Look at the base word, consume. We're consuming things. We're consuming things that are good for us, but the majority of the things that we're consuming are bad for us. But we have to be our own scientists. We have to be our own heroes. We have to be our own vigilant servant as far as our family and our own individual lives are concerned, and make very certain that we study things. Stop just assuming. Stop being the sheep going to the slaughter and letting the third party industries and the corporations who are making billions and billions of dollars off of us because they don't care about our health. But all they care about is the bottom line. Take some stock in your life today if it really means something to you and your families. You know, it's easy to say this stuff, and a lot of times we say, well, if it's not broke, I'm not trying to fix it. We're not talking about something that's necessarily an immediate health issue, but it is indeed a health issue, period. So eventually, and we never know from person to person, eventually, you're going to get cancer. Eventually, you're going to get some debilitating disease or some malady or some condition or some allergic reaction, some things that are going to be fatal to you and or your family. Do you really care? Be proactive about your own lives, ladies and gentlemen. It's just really that simple. Don't be ignorant and stop falling for the okie doke. Society is ignorant for the most part, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I mean, ignorance just simply means that you don't know. But you got to study the world in which you live. Because the people who are multi-billionaires are making a mint off of our stupidity. They really are. This is Brother Teacher. If you have any comments and concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. Like this video and share it if it's of value to you. And I'm sure this one is. All right. Yahweh love you. And I love you. And you be blessed. So long.